This video is going to get very interesting. What is up, Fin fans? Yes, if you can tell by the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about Ricky Williams. Now, I can already tell, and I can already feel that a lot of you guys are going to be like, I don't care about Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams, he quit on the team. Ricky Williams cares more about weed. Screw Ricky Williams. Wiki. Like you use his name to search for things. And then the other, good portion of you guys wanted this. And that's the reason I'm making this video, is because I would say a good 80 to 90% of you guys wanted me to make this video. Whereas the other percentage really don't like Ricky and think he quit on the team. So like you can tell by the title of the video, the name of the video is Should Ricky Williams Be in the Ring of Honor? Or Miami Dolphins, Should the Ricky Williams Be in the Miami Dolphins Ring of Honor? And that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about Ricky Williams, what happened with Ricky Williams. If you don't know this already, there's been two different documentaries on him. Run, Ricky, Run, a 30 for 30, and A Football Life, Ricky Williams. You can get word of mouth from the man's mouth on exactly what happened with the situation with him and the Miami Dolphins and the marijuana and all that stuff. But I'm going to give you, like I said, I've been playing this video for a very long time. I have so many notes that I took because I want to do this man due diligence and justice. Ricky Williams is one of my favorite Dolphins. So we're going to talk about it. Will I have a little bit of bias? Yes. But I will tell you it like I see it, and I will tell you it like it came out of his mouth. Like I said, all the stuff I'm about to tell you is not secret. It's not something that no one knows. It's something that's out there. So we're going to talk about it. But before I talk about that real quickly, I want to shout out to my new Patreon, my $4 Patreon, Michael Smith. Thank you so much for being a Patreon. Again, you guys don't have to be Patreons, but the guys that are Patreons, I do a little bit special things for you guys. I'm going to start having you guys see videos before I publish them. I'm going to start having Discord chats with you guys, like verbal, like on Discord chats with you guys. Again, if you're part of the Discord, you get into the part of the Patreon, you get into the Discord. There's different tiers. I got a few of you guys MVPs that I'm going to try to get you guys on a live stream and chat with you guys. I got a lot planned. So if you do want to join the Patreon, you can. There's different tiers. Don't feel like you need to, but Michael Smith, thank you for joining the Patreon. So let's jump into this. Should Ricky Williams be in the Ring of Honor? To cut out the fat and to cut out me wasting time and rambling and all that stuff, yes, Ricky Williams should be in the Ring of Honor. The second in team history in rushing yards and the second in team history in touchdowns, behind Larry Zonka. Ricky Williams played for the Miami Dolphins for 7 years. He was in the league for 11 years. He did 3 years with New Orleans, 1 year with the Ravens, 7 years with the Miami Dolphins. Larry Zonka did 8 years with the Miami Dolphins. With the Miami Dolphins, Ricky Williams had 6,436 rushing yards and 48 touchdowns. Larry Zonka had 6,737, so he had about 301 more rushing yards, and he had 53 touchdowns. He had 5 more touchdowns than Ricky, played a little bit more than Ricky did. So in all honesty, yes, Ricky Williams, in my eyes, should be in the Miami Dolphins Ring of Honor. Hall of Fame, that's another subject, another video. I'm going to talk about certain Dolphin players that I think should or are going to be into the Hall of Fame. Like I said, I got a ton of videos planned for you guys for this, break. So we're going to talk about it. Now, I was thinking of going and talking about his whole career, college, pros, with the Dolphins, even before, because a lot of people have this stigma surrounding Ricky Williams saying he quit on the Miami Dolphins to go smoke weed. He quit on the Miami Dolphins because weed was more important to him than the Miami Dolphins, which couldn't be absolutely 1,000,000% further from the truth. The man did not quit on the Miami Dolphins to go smoke weed. He actually didn't start smoking weed until he started playing for the Miami Dolphins. And that is something that he literally said. I would pop up video and I would pop up things, but copyright, and I can't really do that. So you're just going to have to go watch the 30 for 30 or the Football Life. But he talked about it. He didn't start smoking weed until maybe about a year into being with the Dolphins. He didn't smoke weed in college, and he didn't smoke weed with the Saints. It wasn't until he started running with the Dolphins that he started smoking weed. like I said, I'm going to break this down. I'm going to talk about his life in a nutshell. You guys know how he was in college in Texas, changed his number to 34, all this stuff. You know how it was in college, all that stuff. But did you guys also know that he got drafted by the Phillies and went to camp with the Phillies? He was actually going to play baseball, but then he stuck with football. Just throw a little tidbit in there. Go to the pros. The man has some history, right? He has some childhood history that kind of affected him. Now, is that an excuse? No. But when in this type of environment in the NFL, in the macho, you have to be the best, all that mindset, when you deal with the traumatic history and the traumatic childhood that Ricky Williams had, it's hard to cope. A lot of people saw it with the Saints. He would wear his helmet during press conferences and all that stuff because he had that anxiety, that traumatic history that was on him. If you don't know what it is, I don't want to get into too details because it bothers me. It really does bother me, but it involved his father and it involved him as a child. And it's something that no child should ever be put through. Messed with him. It really messed with him. So, coming into the draft, won his Heisman. Again, we all know Ricky Williams' college career. Comes into the draft, not even the first running back taken. Edgerrin James was taken before him to the Colts. Then the New Orleans Saints give up their entire draft. And they give up, I think it's their first and their third for the next year to move up to 5 to take Ricky with Seattle. Their entire draft, 2000 draft, gave it up for Ricky. So if that's not enough pressure on the man, I don't know what else is. And then you have this ESPN cover of him in a wedding dress. So, it started to take a big toll on him. He had a lot of pressure coming into the NFL. But you started to see with the Saints and you started to see how he loved football. The man loved football. There was one game with the Saints against the Panthers that the fullback completely missed his block, and Ricky made a point to take that block on and knock the guy on his ass before running out on his route. He wasn't even supposed to be in that gap, and he was supposed to be out on a route, but saved the play and made the block so the play could happen. And Ditka made sure to point that out to him. Man, you keep playing like that, you're going to have a very long career in this league, is what he said to him. And then Ditka got fired, and the new regime that came in had nothing to do with Ricky Williams. They had nothing to do with mortgaging their career for Ricky Williams, which he didn't ask for. So what they did is they shipped him to Miami. Miami offered them 2 firsts. And then all of a sudden he's with the Miami Dolphins. So now he's on the Miami Dolphins. 2002, 2003, the man was completely a bull, just torching it. 2002, 1,853 rushing yards, 16 touchdowns, 94 first downs. He averaged 115 yards. 2003, 1,372 rushing yards, 9 touchdowns, 84 yards, 68 touchdowns. Those 2 years, the man was a beast. But what's not talked about is he rushed 383 times in 2002, 392 times in 2003. He also was a little over 40% of the scoring for the offense came from Ricky himself. So they ran the man into the ground and just completely kept running. Dave Wanstead would just run Ricky, run him and run him and run him and run him. And it started taking a physical toll on his body. So yes, what did he do? He started to smoke marijuana to help with the pain and everything with the physical toll that was on his body. After the 2003 season, he went to Australia and he got his hair cut. He cut all his hair off. He cut all his dreads off because if you guys know, as the Miami Dolphins fans and all of us, we knew Ricky because of the dreads. Heck, after the 2003 season, there was a rule put in place that the dreads, if they cover your nameplate, is now part of your uniform and you could be tackled by your dreads because Ricky used to get his head pulled back every time he get tackled. So he went to Australia, went on a trip, came back, shaved his head. His own doctor didn't even recognize him because all he was, no one knew him, they knew of him. That took another toll on Ricky. So he came back, and again, Dave Wanstead thinking, hey, we got the best running back in the league. I ran the man for 383 yards, 383 times, and 392 times, over 700 times in 2 seasons. We'll just build around him. And Ricky noticed that. Ricky noticed that he didn't get me a quarterback. He didn't. As much as I like Jay Fiedler, and as much as I think Jay Fiedler is not the best, but I liked him as a Dolphins quarterback, he wasn't great. And that's who Ricky had in 2002, 2003. Jay Fiedler, Ray Lucas, and Brian Griese were his quarterbacks. 2004, he's coming back from the season. He has Jay Fiedler, and they trade for A.J. Feely from the Eagles, and they bring in Sage Rosenfels. So they don't really bring Ricky in a quarterback. So now we're in the situation where, he fails his second drug test. Ricky now fails his second drug test. And he said to himself, they're not getting me a quarterback. I'm not having fun anymore. My body is completely beat up. I'm just going to retire. I'm going to retire, and I can't deal with this anymore, and I'm just not having fun with football anymore. So he calls his friends, calls his family, and he tells them that. And would any of us be surprised to know that all of his family and friends tell him he's out of his mind? Why would you retire? Why are you doing this? Are you crazy? So he thought to himself, look, if I fail another drug test, then I'm just going to retire. At this point, I'm not having fun. Their team doesn't care about me. The head coach doesn't care about me. He's not trying to get me a quarterback. He's just going to keep running me physically into the ground. If I fail another drug test, I'm going to retire. We all know what happens. He failed another drug test. He retired. Miami Dolphins go after him. They want their $8 million back from his contract. He doesn't give a crap, and he goes to Australia. And now we're at the point where a lot of people who don't want Ricky in the Ring of Honor, a lot of people who don't like Ricky Williams, and a lot of people who think that he left to go smoke weed. He left and quit on this team to go smoke weed, which couldn't be the furthest from the truth. For one, he didn't quit on this team. The team quit on him. You cannot run a guy as much as the Dolphins did, as much as Dave Wannstedt did, and not get him some help, not try to get him a quarterback, not try to make a move to help the guy. So he didn't quit. He physically was done, and he didn't go to smoke weed. He actually did the complete opposite. He actually went to a yoga ashram where there was no meat, there was no carbs, no weed, no nothing. He actually went, and when he retired from the Dolphins, didn't smoke weed. I think he said in the interview he did it once, but then when he went to the yoga ashram, he didn't do it at all, and he stopped doing it. The whole time he was retired, he was trying to find himself, and he was trying to find himself mentally because, again, of all the stuff that went on in his life when he was younger. So, again, a lot of people want to think, hey, that Ricky Williams retired to go smoke weed. He gave up on this team. No, he actually did the complete opposite. He retired because of how physically he was beat up and to find himself and to get himself straight mentally. So, again, that stigma is just wrong. I know a lot of people don't like marijuana. I know a good amount of people don't like the use of marijuana, but to put a stigma on somebody because of it and to say they're a bad person because of it, it just doesn't make sense to me. Then he thought to himself, I'm ready. I'm ready to start anew. I'm ready to come back. I'm ready. I'm physically, mentally ready. So he comes back and he plays for the Miami Dolphins in the 2005 season. Gets injured and he doesn't tend to pan out there. And then again, he fails another drug test. A year off. Funny thing is, if Ricky Williams was playing today, he wouldn't have to deal with that because it's now legal in the NFL to use marijuana because it's way better than using opioids and all this other stuff that will kill you. Absolutely kill you. Marijuana doesn't kill you. It doesn't. CBD and all that stuff is actually very helpful, especially with people with seizure problems and all that stuff. Then he, we had the Wildcat game with him and Ronnie and all that stuff. And he actually continued to play his career out. He continued to play for the Dolphins from 2007 to 2010. 2009, he had over 1,000 yards and 11 touchdown season. Ended his career 2011 with the Baltimore Ravens. So in a nutshell, Ricky Williams, in my eyes, definitely deserves to be in the Miami Dolphins Ring of Honor. I honestly don't think he quit on this team. I honestly think that the team quit on him. I think Dave Wannstedt thought he could just keep running Ricky. Yes, he's a bull. He was the best running back in the league. I'm just going to keep using him over and over and over and over because it worked. Like I said, he was little less than half of the percentage, or I don't remember the exact number, but it was a little less or a little above 50% of the scoring total of the offense was one man, Ricky Williams. He does. He definitely deserves to be in the Ring of Honor. And the fact that if he did not retire, for one, if he did not retire, I don't think he'd play till 2011. I think his body would have gave out on him. But say that he didn't get injured in 2005, and he didn't get injured in 2005, and he didn't get suspended in 2006, he would be the Miami Dolphins' leading rusher in touchdowns and rushing yards. So the way it happened sucked. Like I said, I love Ricky Williams. I think he's one of my favorite Dolphins. But the way it happened and how people thought why he did what he did kind of put that cloud above him. The Fish Tank is a podcast. They also did, they had him on for an hour and they talked about a ton of stuff. You can go check that out. But I'm telling you, watch a 30 for 30 and watch The Football Life, and you really get a good understanding of Ricky and what actually happened. But yeah, I wholeheartedly think that Ricky Williams should be in the Ring of Honor. Be sure to comment below. Let me know what you think. If you still think of what I'm saying is just BS and you don't give a crap, comment below. Let me know. But let me know. Like I said, I love Ricky. I don't think, and I told you guys, he even told the two different documentaries that wasn't the reason he retired. Wasn't because of weed, and he did not quit. Yes, if you want to look at it, did he quit on the team? He retired because the team wasn't helping him and he needed to help himself. He wasn't having fun anymore because all he was doing was getting run into the ground because they had nothing else but Ricky Williams. They weren't helping the man. So, I wholeheartedly think that Ricky Williams should be in the Ring of Honor. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, be sure to comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you think Ricky Williams should be in the Ring of Honor? And let me get to your guys' comment of the day. So my last video was about Josh Rosen getting phone calls. Teams are calling the Miami Dolphins about Josh Rosen. And again, I preferenced it in the video. I am not saying I want to trade Josh Rosen. I think Josh Rosen should get a chance. Josh Rosen will probably make it to training camp and get a fair shot. So a lot of people were like, no. Hope it wasn't directed towards me because I didn't say I wanted to trade him. And also the Dolphins aren't taking the calls. So it shows that the Dolphins are also not willing to trade him. So again, I just want to reiterate that because I noticed a lot of comments were very like, why would you trade him? He's got Dolphins. I even said Dolphins are not taking the phone calls and are not interested right now in trading him. But this comes from JC, and JC says, comment of the day, how much of a negative impact do you think the complicated Chad O'Shea offense had on Josh Rosen's first season with the Fins? The offense was deemed extremely complicated for veterans. Imagine rookies and second-year players who are learning NFL offenses. First off, Chad O'Shea's offense was not technically difficult to the veterans. If you guys remember last season, we had a ton of practice squad players and a ton of young guys on the team. A lot of the veterans on the Dolphins last season were either traded or cut. So we had a ton of practice. We had the youngest team in the league last year. So that also, it was difficult, but not for the veterans, because if you notice, once Fitz came in, especially in that Washington game, the offense started to roll better. But I see where you're going with that. And yes, I do. I do think Chad O'Shea's offense wasn't helping Josh Rosen, because Josh Rosen has a hard time with the X's and O's and has a hard time with the speed of the game. Has that changed? We'll find out. I hope so. But that was Josh Rosen's downfall. His accuracy on the outside throws, his timing, and the speed of the game. So yeah, I honestly do think Chad O'Shea's offense kind of hindered him a little bit. And I think the fact of him playing with the Cardinals and just getting pummeled all the time also didn't help him, because, Fitz came in, who's a veteran who's played behind crappy offensive lines, and he knows when to run. He knows when to shift offenses, offensive protections and stuff. He knew what to do to make his life easier. Whereas Josh Rosen was a second-year guy who doesn't know that stuff. So, yeah, I do think that, JC. Thank you for the comment. But like usual, guys, be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I got a ton of videos planned for this week, so be sure to check out my Twitter, Instagram, so you can see when I also tweet out comment of the day and stuff like that. And if breaking news happens, you get it there. Also, check out the Bit Boys and my second channel. I'm posting a little bit more on there, so be sure to go over it, check that ish out. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. If you don't feel like you need to. And also, give this video a thumbs up. I'm going to start doing more videos like this, some more videos that not necessarily directed towards the team right now, but just, themed videos like this, or lists or should this person this and all that stuff. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up because it shows me you like this type of video, and I'll keep doing them. Check out dolphinstalk.com, a great website. I'm associated with a ton of dolphin content over there. Hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this. Be sure to hit the bell so you know when they are live and when I go live, which will be this upcoming Saturday. I will be live this upcoming Saturday, 1 p.m. Hope to see you guys there. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Like usual, stay classy. Fins up.